Ross Merriam on the left from Middleton, Connecticut. Both have traveled here this weekend. Both kind of playing their respective archetypes. John has been known to play a Tundra or two in his day for Legacy, and Ross has been playing Maverick for the past 4 or 5 months. Ross is the kind of guy who locks into a deck, Delver for Standard, Maverick for Legacy, and plays it until the cows come home. We are in game 3 as John is taking a mulligan here. Not entirely sure who was on the play this particular game. Actually, I think, yeah, Ross looks to be on the play. I think he kept first, and John is now mulliganing down to 6. This matchup is always very, very close. A lot of interactive things going on, a lot of moving pieces. I know you have Ross's deck list in front of you. We can kind of cut to the sideboard since we're in the sideboard of games. Anything there that kind of stands out to you against a Blue-White Miracles type deck?
Now, Gaddock Teague, super valuable.
Incredibly good.
You know, stopping Terminus. Does he play Entreat the Angels? Yeah, he does. Entreat the Angels, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Engineered Explosives, Force of Will, Terminus. Lots and lots of things shut down by an additional copy of Gaddock Teague. He has a variety of different threats depending on what kind of angle he wants to hit from. Anything from Armageddon to Elspeth to Oblivion Ring to even Thrun. You know, like just a variety of different things that he might want to hit from. What I often find more important is what the blue-white deck has in their sideboard. You know, how much Moat, Humility, Wrath of God action.
Well, you're going to find 1 Moat and 1 Humility here for John, in addition to a counterbalance package in his main deck, along with the Miracle package as well. You're also going to find 3 Path to Exiles, 2 Oblivion Rings.
Very strong cards in this matchup.
Pithing Needle and an Engineered Explosives, which he can search for with his 2 copies of Trinket Mage. So there is a lot of back and forth. There is a lot of interactiveness in this matchup. It's going to be very interesting to see. I'm not surprised that we're in a game 3, especially from 2 very strong players, but John is mulliganing down to 5 at this point.
That is a real tough spot to be in. Now, this deck does not mulligan the worst, but it does lead to the potential for a dubious mana draw.
You know, any deck with Sensei's Divine Top and Brainstorm is often quite good at mulliganing. Especially
with Terminus to catch back up if you fall behind on the board.
Yeah, you don't have to get to 4 mana for your Wrath. It only takes 1 to catch back up relatively quickly. And with how straightforward and linear Maverick is, a Terminus can turn things around really quick. And as good as Gaddock Teague is in this matchup, John does have 4 Swords to Plowshares in addition to the 3 Paths in his sideboard.
And the 2 O-Rings.
And the 2 O-Rings. So you're going to see what I believe is a lot of those cards in his deck after sideboard, because Gaddock Teague is like a soft lock against him. It turns off a lot of his cards. Absolutely. Even the Moat and the Humility that are coming in are shut off by Gaddock Teague.
Absolutely. In particular, this match is something that Ross really wants to see post-sideboard. Game 1, he suffers from having Path to Exile and Plows and Jitte and all sorts of cards that he doesn't want in his main deck, you know?
Yep. One of our favorite sponsors.
Well, please forgive. The zombie guy is back.
Zombie apocalypse escape. See if you can survive. Brought to you by your friends.
Majorly stylish Beta Forest, Noble Hierarch.
Escape the Horde.
Penick with a very respectable 4 cards. Like, once he's down to such a small hand, and keep in mind, he was on the play, but once he's down to such a small hand, you can't really do too much better than having a removal spell, 4 mana, and a Jace.
And you'll see that he's leaving up the 2 fetch lands. He doesn't want to get wastelanded, especially on this mulligan to 5.
Absolutely.
You see a wasteland in John's hand, which will likely be the next land that he does play, as we see a Knight of the Reliquary here on turn 2. He does draw
another
Jace. You saw the slow draw there, kind of hoping for a Terminus.
Yeah. Now, Penick can actually play his Wasteland, threatening to waste the Savannah if he gets wasted, and plan on just next turn playing Jace, bounce the Knight of the Reliquary, right?
Yep. Now,
what's the worst thing that the Knight's going to go get? I mean, he can't go get the Pro Blue, you know, the land, for the Sejuri Steppe. In this format, nobody plays that one. What does he have for this?
He does have a Dryad Arbor. He does have a Maze of It. They're just kind of the silver bullets.
Mostly just wastelands, right?
There's mostly wastelands. There's also a Rising Canopy and a Caracas for Ross, but there isn't any card that is just like really devastating.
Nice thing about Caracas is, of course, the ability to protect your Gaddock Teague.
Yes.
But when Penick is showing a wasteland, probably better to just get yourself some wastelands, you know, or even just more fetch lands to stock your graveyard so you ride your.
Matt Hill and Kirby
oh, okay.
So we're going to see him search for a basic planes to get to Path to Exile Ross. Take care of the night before the night just starts activating. You know, even if it's going to get a Horizon Canopy, that's still value. So he wants to stop that from happening. And what you're going to notice in John's mana base, again, Wasteland being in play can threaten a Wasteland, but it's not going to get his Wasteland wastelanded, as that would be card disadvantage. Basic planes, and then Flooded Strand can search for basic island if he chooses to. So he's pretty Wasteland proof for a mulligan to 5.
This is interesting. Ross has a bunch of mana and an Armageddon. Do you think he might make a move here? He knows that he doesn't have to deal with Counterspell. Oh, he decides to go with the sword.
Body in mind.
Coming from another angle. It is crazy to imagine that this is the same format that we were just watching.
Yeah.
Good afternoon,
considering the last match, yeah.
Next up on the main stage,
Legacy is a beautiful thing.
It's my favorite format by a mile.
2 p.m.
By an actual
Following
mile.
that will be singled out at 3 p.m.
Look at this, both players fetching up basics for days.
Well, what's interesting now, that sort of body in mind is very, very good against the 2 Jace hand that John has.
Absolutely.
Not only that, you know, you bring up the Armageddon, that could be forthcoming as well.
Now, is Ross just gonna equip? No, he decides to play out the mother. Noble Hire gets in there for 1. Now, this sort of body mine means that either of these creatures could kill Jace if Jace bounces 1.
We're going to see an Oblivion Ring here from John.
Think he's gonna O-ring the sword?
Looks the way he's moving his mana around, it looks like it.
He does.
I choose you, sword.
Now, this does leave a brief chink in his armor. He doesn't have any permission, nor.
Oh, we're gonna see it.
This Armageddon is going to be devastating.
Oh, we are going to see it.
It is going to be very difficult for the good doctor to come back from this.
We have a force, and I think a Noble Hierarch post-combat too.
2 Jaces in hand with 0 mana. He needs to both draw a mana and Miracle of Terminus to be back in this game.
Yep. And another Noble Hierarch.
Wow.
And in for 3.
For
Excuse me,
4.
for 4 with the Mother of Runes.
Penick now facing a 4-turn clock with no mana and no salvation in sight. He needs to draw white mana ASAP.
And almost all of Ross's draws are live now too, as we see him searching. He draws a Stoneforge Mystic off the top.
Wow.
We know he has a Sword of Body in mind. What other equipment is hiding in his deck?
Probably none. He doesn't have a very big Stoneforge package. Okay, he has 1 Jitte.
Okay.
I was gonna say, this is his Miser's Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
So, probably just 1 Jitte and 1 Sword of Body Mind after sideboarding. And it's not even clear that Jitte is right. It might be right to just play the sword and have the Stoneforge miss sometimes. Jitte hits the table.
And we're going to be coming across for 4 more with the Mother of Runes. Some people wonder, Patrick, about Armageddon and if it's safe to reprint. Could it possibly come back? It is not.
It is not. Wow, a blue mana. That is not a white mana. He is running out of time. So,
this is 4 mana. That's
and he is out of time.
Yeah, and the clock is over. Elspeth sending in the Stoneforge, keeping Mother of Runes up just for any shenanigans whatsoever.
And that's the match.
That's it.
Penick offers the hand, and we have seen Ross Merriam, our finalist from the SCG Open standard portion here in LA, and a former SCG Open winner, making his mark on Legacy now. Is he up to 3-0?
He's up to 3-0. He is up to 3-0.